3 times, Hanuman offered respects to Rama by Krishna's mercy. Harsh janicha so shrunitam drishtva madirekshanam mumuche hanumanstatra namaschakrecha raghavam. Quote, seeing that woman of intoxicating eyes, Hanuman shed tears of joy and offered respectful obeisances to Shri Rama. Valmiki Ramayana, Sundara Kand, 1731. We know from personal experience, from the testimony of others, and from reading and hearing literature of the Vedic tradition that saintly people in this particular line are known to be steadfast in their dedication. The Sanskrit is Dridhavrata. They are strong in their vow. That promise is to continuously chant the glories of the Almighty, who is known as Ananta, since his transcendental qualities, gunas, are endless. This glorification can continue from morning until night, from childhood until old age, and from times of distress to moments of elation and relief. Satatam kirtayanto mam, yatantascha dridvrata, namasyantascha mam bhaktya, nitya yukta upaste. Quote, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 9:14. But what about specifics? How does this vow manifest in reality? We know from our personal experience that it is difficult to maintain a steady consciousness on that which is above the duality of matter and spirit. We want to think about God all day, emulating our heroes, our spiritual guides, and the ones who came before us and blessed us to succeed in the path. But we are finding the practical implementation to be more difficult than expected. In this regard, we can look to the example of Sri Hanuman, and more specifically to the different phases of his most famous assignment. His worship was not necessarily limited to a temple environment. Hanuman was not necessarily lighting a sacred lamp and moving it around in a circle in full reverence. Rather, Hanuman was working. Just what was he doing? Well, the task was practically impossible to complete. Hanuman had to cover the entire earth, lacking any assistance from technology, in search of a distressed princess. He had never met her previously, and there was a time limit. Time was of the essence, in fact. 1. At the beginning of the mission. The missing princess was Sita Devi, who was the daughter of King Janak of Mithila. Sita was also the wife of Shri Rama, who is an avatara of Vishnu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one would criticize Hanuman for wanting to stay in one place, in direct presence of Rama, to offer worship. After all, is not the moving superior to the non-moving? Is it not better to have the person in front of you as opposed to their picture or a statue representing their features? Can there be a more satisfying way to worship than seeing the response from the object of your attention immediately after offering kind words? Except Hanuman had work to do. He was going to find Sita. He was going to search in order to help Rama. Hanuman had to carry an item with him. This would be a ring with Rama's name inscribed on it. This would be a kind of certificate of authenticity. Sita would know that Hanuman was a legitimate messenger and not someone cheating her. Hanuman was not malicious like the people otherwise surrounding her in that foreign place known as Lanka. Since saintly people are always worshipping in some way in a continuous celebration known as Nityotsava, Hanuman felt the need to offer respects. The Sanskrit word in this case is vanditva. Hanuman paid respects to the lotus feet in front of Rama. He paid respects directly to Rama. Shakti luanfar erbita. Tadgrihya harishrestha Sthapya murdhni kritanjali, vanditva charano, chaiva prasthita, plavgottama. Quote, thereupon taking the ring and placing it on his head, with folded hands, that foremost and best of monkeys praised Rama's lotus feet and then departed. Valmiki Ramayana, Sundara Kand, 44:15. 2. When the mission looked doomed. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devya cha tasya janakatmajaye. Namostu Rudrendra Yamani Lebhyo. Namostu Chandrarkam Rudganebhya. Quote, I offer my obeisances to Shri Rama, along with Lakshman and the Divine Lady, the daughter of King Janak. I offer my obeisances to Rudra, Indra, Yama, and Anila, the deity of the wind. I offer my obeisances to the moon, the sun, and the wind gods. Hanuman, Valmiki Ramayana, Sundara Kand, 30:59. Okay, it makes sense to worship in the beginning. The ring was an item of authentication, almost like a token in a multi-factor scheme. It is well and good to pay respects when there is the full potential ahead. But what about when things look bleak? What happens when you are on the brink of failure? Will you remain committed to the mission? Will your vow remain strong? Hanuman suffered a brief bout of depression when reaching the island of Lanka. He had just done the impossible. He crossed over a massive ocean through a single leap. He overcame incredible obstacles along the way. Still, he was sad because those feats mean nothing when there is still work to be done. If the potential for failure is there, then it is like the crossing of the ocean would go to waste. It is not surprising to see that Hanuman worshipped Rama again. Upon mentally lifting up his spirits in a vow to continue forward, Hanuman first prayed to Rama and his younger brother Lakshman. This is a wonderful approach because it means that the outcome does not spoil the work. Even if I am unsuccessful at what I am trying to do, at least I took the time to remember the Supreme Lord, his beloved servant, and the lady who is always thinking about him. 3. When the mission was successful. Wouldn't you know it, but Hanuman eventually found Sita. The journey was difficult. The travel was time-consuming. The mental hurdles were as formidable as the physical obstacles. But there he stood, on the precipice of completing what he set out to do. Rama would be so happy to know that Sita was still alive. Though she was in great distress, she was still thinking about him. Her husband was everything to her. Once again, Hanuman made sure to offer respects to Rama. Hanuman did not attribute the success to himself. He would have been justified in patting himself on the back, in feeling relief and relishing a triumph that would be remembered for ages to come. But self-congratulatory behavior does not suit his nature. In closing, not his nature suiting, his own horn tooting, or in celebration to forget, rather in remembrance set. Prayer offering at the lotus feet, at beginning and when later to meet. Sita, a beloved wife and daughter, after crossing over ocean's water.